It's too late to evacuate, was Governor DeSantis' announcement early this morning, September 28, 2022, to anyone still on the coast of Charlotte County, Florida. Its residents and those of nearby coastal towns in the direct path of Hurricane Ian who chose to stay were no longer able to leave and should not expect any mercy from the force of wind and water blowing on the shore. They will need the mercy and aid of others who must wait out the worst of the storm before swarming in to search for survivors. It's never wise to ignore the advice of multiples of officials involved in the preparation for and cleanup afterwards of a major weather event when they tell you to get out while you can, because eventually you can't. And when you can't leave, no amount of defiance and willpower can control a storm like Hurricane Ian. It is an unstoppable force with a mind of its own. It will go where it wants and do what it wants without mercy or concern for who is in its path, because it isn't sentient and is directed by nature and nature's laws. If being caught up in the merciless path of a non-sentient being is frightening, imagine being caught up in the merciless path of the ultimate sentient being, God. Even God, who by nature is merciful and compassionate, eventually withdraws his mercy from impenitent, merciless sinners, Exodus 34, verses 6 through 8. And there is no one who can stand against him to stop it. And if he will bring judgment on the worldly people who live in defiance of his will, imagine what he will do to his chosen people when they turn against him in defiant disobedience. Well, we don't have to imagine because Hosea lived it for us. When the nation of Israel, God's redeemed people, became so entrenched in their sin and idolatry that God wasn't going to allow them to call themselves his people anymore, he told Hosea to show them what it was like to be cheated on by marrying an adulterous prostitute. Their first child was his, but the second was not. Regardless, Hosea raised the girl as if she were his daughter, despite naming her Lo Ruhamah, no mercy. God gave her that name to illustrate his decision, for I will no longer have mercy on the house of Israel, that I would ever forgive them, even though he would have mercy on Judah and save them by his majestic power. Hosea 1, verses 6 through 7. If we're going to belong to God, we must die to sin in this defiant, disobedient world and live for him. If we won't do that, then God's offer of mercy will be withdrawn, and we will be left to stand alone before the onslaught of a merciless world. Don't wait until it's too late to evacuate. Leave your old life of sin and die with Jesus in baptism for the remission of sins today. Reach out to me if I can help you in any way. Thank you for watching 20 Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny helping you have a great day.